Hey Taurus, and thanks so much for checking out your December 2016 General Tarot Forecast. This is Sky, and I'm here to give you guys hopefully another great reading for your month. Before I get started, I wanted to update you guys on some of the changes that are going to be starting in my channel for January of 2017. I decided to embrace the new year and to make some changes. I am planning on doing an Introduction to Tarot series where I talk about my experience with the tarot, perhaps where I talk about, each individual card and give, like I said, my experience and how I feel that those archetypes are represented in life. If that's something that interests you guys, please like or comment below. I want to make sure that it's something that the audience wants. Also, in 2017, there will be some changes on my shop. I am going to be raising my rate that I charge for private readings due to the volume of clients who have been seeking out readings. I just felt that it was that time, and it's very draining work, and my schedule is really going to be very, very busy in the new year, so it's just kind of a necessary change. However, if you book a reading with me before the change in price, you will retain the price with which you book the reading. So all of my clients that I've had, for my entire tenure as a spiritual consultant, I always keep them at the price that they seek me out at, which has built a lot over the recent past. Anyway, now that I have updated y'all on those changes that will be happening, let's see what's coming forward for Taurus for December 2016. So an extra card jumped out for you guys, and it made me so happy because it's the Star, because we had found ourselves in a situation for the third month in a row where Taurus had only minor arcana in their reading, but right as I was shuffling for the last time, there jumps out the Star, and it made me so happy because I was worried for you guys there for a second, but not that it's horrible to have only minor arcana, but you guys need some major universal energy to be stepping into your lives, and it makes me very, very happy to see that for you. Okay, and what is the Star? The Star is light in the darkness. Scorpio also has this in their reading, and so the entire Scorpio-Taurus axis, which is that 180-degree angle in astrology, is going to be illuminated by the Star. This will come with blessings and general good luck, but it will also illuminate any hidden secrets as well. So keep that in mind, Taurus. If you have anything to hide, it will potentially be illuminated by the Star. However, you'll have the opportunity to probably make it look appealing, Maybe you can, if you have something that you don't want other people to know, perhaps it won't be as bad as you think it is when they find out, because there's some kind of blessed energy stepping forward as it relates to secrets and hidden shadows and all of that craziness, so that's good for you guys. And the Star is covering up the Two of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles. So you're reassessing your finances. You're changing up your life as it relates to the way that you spend your money. You may be changing jobs. You may be changing locations. Something about your finances is changing. Struggles that you've had in the past are being kind of remapped and rebudgeted. You're potentially cutting back, I see, your spending habits, but that's with the desire to save, potentially. That's with the desire to have more in the future. A lot of Taurus could also be starting on new projects financially. That's what I see with the Three of Pentacles, which is at the top, being covered by the Star. I see partnerships, teamwork. I see potentially starting a business endeavor with other people. And it might not be very lucrative right now, but if you keep on building in the way that you are, it's going to really work out well in the future. But you've got to keep going with it. You can't slack at all. The Three of Pentacles is like an apprenticeship, an internship. It requires extreme diligence and a hope for future payoff. And at the bottom of that, you guys have the Two of Pentacles, and so they're choices. You might be potentially thinking about contacting someone from your past. You've got all that Cups energy too, the 10, the 7, and the 9 of Cups. So there's potentially in the relationship field, Taurus, someone that you have been seeing in the recent past may not be quite who you thought they were. There could be secrets that come forward. You potentially propped them up on a pedestal in that 7 of Cups there, and you let yourself see an alternate reality that potentially did not exist. That's an awakening that you're experiencing in December, and that's got you thinking, okay, what do I want to do now? How do I move forward? I have options. I could either continue with this person. I could see if there are changes. I could see if this is something that I can acclimate myself to, Or I can either go to someone from my past or, experience myself, like just be alone for a while. A lot of Taurus are on that brink, they might just need some solitude for a while. That might be something that's going through your mind. Because there was some Taurus may have found themselves experiencing kind of a puppy crush on someone else, where you really thought that this person was going to be great for you. Kind of that whole white picket fence in your eyes type thing, all that. But at the end of the day, I'm sorry, Taurus, you've got the Three of Wands there, and you were just left waiting, weren't you? You were left waiting. So you were stood up to some extent. Maybe contact just fell through, and I apologize from the bottom of my heart that you guys had to experience that. But you're tired of waiting. There's something, you're ready to move, you're ready to change locations, you're ready to jump on the next phase of your life. However, there's also an innate fear that comes along with that. You know that you have to close the door on the past, and the past is definitely coming forward with all these Cups cards. So there's kind of a fear to close the door on the past. You're kind of feeling potentially a little bit bipolar about that, because you really want to. You really want to move forward, but you realize that there was something beautiful about the way things were. Yeah. Yep, the way things were. That's a major message that I'm feeling for Taurus, like in my gut. The way things were. How were things, Taurus? How were things really? Now you have that clarity, you have that clear vision of clarity and transparency and understanding. Perhaps even with a bit of nostalgia attached to that. So, how were things, Taurus? What is the past to you? Are there amends that need to be made? Are there people who need to make amends to you? How were things, Taurus? Okay, that's just a message that really came forward strong for me. You guys have a lot of luck moving into December. You've got the Nine of Cups, which is, windfall, like great luck, abundance, things moving forward. And even if they don't move forward, if they move inward, there's luck. There's a sense of, wow, I narrowly escaped some difficult situation, look at me type of idea. And that could be emotionally or physically. I don't know whether that will manifest itself in the tangible world, or just maybe you'll finally get to sleep and not have that nightmare, Taurus. That could be. Which makes me happy. I see a lot of Taurus potentially curing some of their health problems. That's a great energy associated with the star as well. You might be drinking more water. You might be trying to work out more. You're prioritizing your health a little bit more. And, maybe along with that, you'll start to feel more mentally healthy. You'll start to feel more sane. Once you start to balance and equalize the way that you take in substance into your life, the way that you eat, the way that you drink, the way that you expend your energy. That's going to be so helpful to reanalyze through December, Taurus. Because you don't want to find yourself in the same headspace that you have been in as of late. Like, you want to move out of that. And maybe if you make some steps on the exterior world, you'll have luck, like we're talking about, on forming those inner bridges on the inner world. Because that white picket fence that you had envisioned, that honeymoon phase that you were going through, it ended, didn't it, Taurus? It got completely flipped on its head. And this could be a memory of the way it was in the past, like when that happened in your last relationship. Or that could be happening with someone that you found yourself with right now. The honeymoon phase is over. And it really gives you a lot of knowledge. There's something that's clicked, or there's something that's going to click for a lot of Taurus in December. And you're going to realize that maybe a situation from the past wasn't quite what I made it out to be, potentially. Maybe it's just the human condition. You're learning a lot about the human condition in December, Taurus. It can kind of make itself known through the school of hard knocks sometimes, but if you let yourself learn the lesson, it's not going to be nearly as hard of a knock. So I'm happy for you guys from that standpoint, because I think that you guys are going to choose. This doesn't have to be as hard as I'm making it out to be. That I heard that a lot of Taurus are gonna, a lot of Taurus are gonna say, you know what, this doesn't have to be what I'm making it out to be. This doesn't have to be this way. It doesn't have to. There's a major pause, because I keep, when I'm doing this reading, right now as I'm talking, you guys, I keep just kind of coming back to myself. And there's a sense of comfort, but there's a sense of, how do I want to say it? There's a sense of like bleak and piercing nostalgia. But at the same time, it's okay. And there's almost like a reminiscence or a veneration of the past, but being okay with that. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys. You know, if things have become okay, Taurus, let other people know. If someone hurt you and you have a sudden windfall of understanding about the situation and you realize, well, I was really responsible for that too. I'm so happy that you understand that, Taurus, but extend that. Allow that beautiful feeling of comfort and nostalgia to not completely turn on its head and cause you a lot of pain. And, you know, reach out to somebody. Let them know, I apologize for the way that I was. And I'm not here to make changes to the situation, but I realize the way things were now, and you deserved more credit. Okay, not that all Taurus need to be apologizing. Definitely not. There are some people who need to be doing that to you, huh, Taurus? You'd like to hear that from certain people, wouldn't you? And that you will. Once you make the proper steps of closure to the people that you have wronged in the past, you're going to start seeing a lot of people doing that to you as well. And even if you don't, I feel like a lot of Taurus have already made that step in the last few months. Like a lot of Taurus may have tried to really embark on a journey of amends where they talk about the past and they reconnect with people from the past, and but not necessarily with any kind of intention for the future, but just kind of letting them know how things were for them. That is such a beautiful thing to do, Taurus, and I get chills as I say that, so I really think for the most percentage of Taurus, you guys are the ones who people will be making amends to, but there's a small percentage of Taurus who wronged someone in their life, and now they're comfortable with it. Now they feel a strong nostalgia and miss the way things were, but they still leave the other person thinking that things are horrible and thinking that they hate them. That's not fair. And if you don't want people to do that to you, you know, be the bigger person. Show to the universe that you're willing to show and communicate. You don't have to have intentions moving forward. You don't have to have an intention of reestablishing or reconnecting, but make your inner feeling conscious to those who deserve to know. And that's the key word, for those who deserve to know. You know, if someone's really wronged you, Taurus, maybe only hurt could come from trying to reestablish something. And I think that you know what you have to do in such situations. And there could also be some Taurus. The Seven of Cups has been, I think, in y'all's readings the last 2 months in a row. I'm not positive on that. I know in October, or was it September? I know that the Seven of Cups has been very active for the Taurus that I read for and in the general readings. There's something that you're building up potentially that's not the way it is. Like, there's kind of an indulging in a fantasy or convincing yourself that something isn't the way that it is so that it justifies what you're doing right now. The Seven of Cups isn't inherently a bad energy, because sometimes we have to, you know, if we go through some kind of major emotional trauma, sometimes in the recovery phase, we've got to kind of, you know, survive, and we have to make something be what it isn't. But how long can you do that, Taurus? There comes a moment where you've got to be honest with yourself and those around you, and, you know, just look at something objectively, like hone in on that Scorpio energy that you're blessed with from being opposite Scorpio, and look at that objective clarity without letting your emotions rule you. Because why would you want someone to experience hardship on a feeling that you've portrayed to exist in you that does not? No reason for that. Because you know what that's like. You know what that's like to be scorned by someone. Taurus knows very well. And you know, maybe if you stopped portraying things in your mind to be the way that they're not, you would really become comfortable with yourself. And I'm addressing this very small percentage of Taurus who haven't, because I feel like most of my Taurus who are viewers are great people. You know, I've talked to so many Taurus people and have gotten such abundant, kind comments from you guys. You guys are so nice. You know, even when my readings take on a bit of a negative, I don't want to say negative, but when I get real with you guys and I talk about some of the harsher energies, you guys are still so positive to me. So you guys are like that, especially with your very casual relationships. But sometimes when you guys get like really upset with someone, or those horns come out and you kind of charge people, and you know, if you would be so nice and lovely to me, someone that you don't even know well, talking about these harsh energies in your life, you know, you should be even nicer to the people who really went out on the line for you, for people who may have messed up, may have screwed up a little bit, but at the end of the day made their nice intentions very well known for you. And that's a very small percentage of Taurus who aren't, because most of you guys are so abundantly lovely. So that you guys are Venus. You guys are the loving, nurturing, you know, even sometimes scandalous side of Venus that is so lovely to watch and so lovely to interact with. And if you're feeling that way, let the world know it, Taurus. Let the world know that you're happy. No reason to continue a facade of unhappiness, or no reason to portray things the way they're not right now, okay? And I wish you guys so much luck. I'm sorry that someone stood you up. It probably happened. Move forward. Reestablish contacts with people that you know that you can trust, because you've got a lot of fabulous, fabulous energy coming in for December. You've got the star. There will be light in the darkness, okay? I hope you guys loved this reading. Again, comment below and start a dialogue. I love talking to you guys about what your experience is with these energies. How does it feel for you? If you haven't subscribed yet, I would so much appreciate it, because there will be so much new content, more than just readings, coming in January with the new year, and I really want to start dialogues with you guys, and, you know, come over to my shop, talk to me. You know, you don't have to buy something. If you just want to talk about something, or get info on anything in my shop, do jump over and start some dialogues there as well, because my prices will be changing in January, and I want for any of my readers who have been considering a private reading to retain my price as what it is right now. I hope that you guys have a fabulous December, and I will see you on the other side of the new year.